What up, you guys? So we got another video here, man. Another Japanese guy, right? These guys are putting out some bangers, man. The culture in Japan and Asia is just different. They have a different outlook on aging, right? In America, we're so youth obsessed. Everything is about being young. In Asian countries, they actually embrace. I know this is surprising, but they embrace aging like it's a natural thing. Oh my God, what? The concept of it. But he says I can't work a 9 to 5. So let's hear what this really has to say.
Before I started my own agency, I used to do a lot of gig work like Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, stuff like that. And I did that every day. And a lot of my friends would tell me like, why don't you just get a job, like a 9 to 5 job? You're working all these hours doing this every day. You're better off just getting a job. Like you'll get paid more. The pay is more consistent. And I remember I told all of them, I would rather, do what I do and make 35 grand a year than work a 9 to 5 sitting in some office and get paid 100 grand a year. And like when I told them that, they all said like, "Oh, you're crazy, you're insane." Maybe, I don't, maybe. All right, in this video, I wanted to take a couple steps back and kind of just tell people my story of what happened to me after I turned 18 and what my mindset was like back then, which kind of got me to start my entrepreneurial journey, um, which I guess led me to where I am now. But long story short, it's pretty much I can't work a 9 to 5. So for me, I didn't know what to do after I graduated high school. Like I barely graduated high school. I had bad grades. I couldn't get into any of the colleges that I applied to. And at the very last second, I had to join like a community college. And my mom told me that if I can just find a way to graduate college, she could get me a job working at a bank as a bank teller. Like she knew someone in the banking industry, and she told me she can get a job there
Sounds like a good
if I can just
gig.
graduate college. So my plan was like, okay, my goal is to just go to this community college, study really hard, transfer to like a university or a Cal State, graduate there, and then after I graduate, I'm gonna work at a bank for the rest of my life. And then I
Oh,
thought about it, work at a bank for the rest of my life. Like something about that just sounded kind of depressing and sad. Like I'm not bashing it. By the way, I'm not bashing anybody who works a 9 to 5 or who works at a bank. It's actually the opposite. Like I have so much respect for people who can do this because I can't. Like I physically can't do it. Like the more I thought about it, the more I thought about like how this was going to be my life, like the more I started to panic. This is going to be my life. This is going to be what I do for the rest of my life as a bank teller sitting in front of a desk, typing in numbers, doing the same thing every single day. So from the very beginning, like something just didn't sit right with me.
all right. So I want to let him finish, but here are some of my thoughts. First off, you guys. So I actually, one of my ex girlfriends, she was kind of the same way, right? She got this entrepreneurial bug, some seeing it on social media of everyone saying, "Oh my God, I'm starting a job. I'm making my I'm gonna be my own boss." And so she did the whole DoorDash, Instacart thing as well, right? Making dimes, right? Saying that I'm an entrepreneur. This type of thing right here, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Here the thing, the it's unfortunate that we have such a abysmal look at 9 to 5s in this day and age, you guys. Yes, a nine. It's like drug dealing. Stay with me, you guys. Bear with me, right? It's like drug dealing. All my friends all my home people, I know drug dealers and shit like that, man. I try to tell them. I've been telling them this shit, and they get stuck in this, right? It's a tough situation. That's why you got to balance it very carefully. But if I were to ever get into drugs or scamming, right, successfully, this is not my life. This is to get a means to an end. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's a means to an end, you guys. You don't want to work a job for your entire life. Like I said, it depends on the position that you get, right? Some jobs like if you work for the state, you get stipends, you get certain benefits for working a considerable amount of time with some of these positions. So if you can get a job that like that, like where you put in 20, 30 years or something like that, and you get like a stipend for the rest of your life, that's something that's worth it in my personal opinion. This idea of working at some jobs, though, you guys, it is worth it to make a considerable amount of money in a couple hours or in a couple years, right? I'm like I said, like I've told you guys before, I made several $100,000 working 9 to 5 jobs, working W-2 jobs, and that puts you in so much of a better position than just making 35, $40,000 being your own boss, right? There's a time and place for it. You put in work, a couple years worth of work to put you in a better position, right? So that you can afford some of the things that you need, so that you can, spend the rest of your time doing good. Like right now, talking to you guys right now, right? This is a $2,000 camera. I have a $15,000 like computer setup and stuff like that, you guys. There's no way that I would have been able to afford all of this doing Instacart or doing DoorDash or just doing what the fuck I wanted to. I actually put my head down, put my nose to the dirt, and worked really, really hard to get the things that I need, that I wanted, so that now I can just work off of this kind of stuff, right? And it pays off. And so you don't work a job for it to be the means of an end. No one's saying that you got to work this job until you fucking die. No one's telling you to be a bank teller until you die. No, this is just a vehicle, right? This is it's just a vehicle to get you to a destination. And then once you've accumulated enough resources, once you've gotten to your destination, you can look around at the landscape and be like, you know what? I'm gonna reflect on the trip that I had. Do I want to continue on this path, or do I want to find another map, talk to some other people, and then find another destination? That's what you need to do. That's what it's about. You start the journey and you get on these little 9 to 5 so you can network. You learn about life. You learn things from the job. You learn skill sets from the jobs, and then you can move on and create another life. It's like checkpoints, you guys. That's what it's about. It's not about using the 9 to 5 job as the means to an end, you guys. You're not gonna don't spend 10, 15 years at a fucking job. I'm sorry, unless, like I said, unless you're gonna get some amazing benefits from it, it's just not worth it. There's only one person that's the boss. There's only one person that's the CEO. There's only one CFO. There's only one director. There's maybe a few regional directors. There's too much competition for these jobs that are paying really good money, right? And you have to dedicate your life to it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. But it doesn't mean that 9 to 5s are bad.
And I used to work at a part-time cashier at this one cafe, and I still remember to this day, like vividly. But there was one day where I got home from working a full day shift on a Friday. It was 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I was working from opening to close that day. It was a full day, and I was dead tired. And I remember, like, I got home, and that Friday was the day where I received my paycheck. So it was a 2 week paycheck. It was like $450, I think. And I remember, like, I was excited. I was dead tired, but I was looking at my paycheck of $450, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to spend this. And then I was like thinking of all the different things that I can buy, whatever. Like, I was lying in bed, dead tired, sleepy, tired, and just thinking about, like, with my eyes closed, like what I would do with this money. Like, I was holding the check, lying in bed like this, because to me that was a lot of money. But once I got past that phase of, thinking about what I can buy, I started to go a little further and start thinking about, like, okay, I'm making $450 every 2 weeks working at this part-time job. That's $900 a month, right? And I was only working like 3 days a week, I think, at the time. So I was like, okay, if I can ask for another work day per week, I can probably up this to $1,000 instead of $900 a month. So $1,000 a month, for a broke high school student who just graduated, like, that's a lot. So I was like, okay, let me do this for an entire year, $1,000 a month. Let me save every penny. And I started to get, like, motivated. I was like, let me start to think of all the things that I can buy with $12,000. So I went from thinking about what I can buy with $450 to, like, let me work for an entire year, make $12,000. Okay, now I'm thinking about what I can buy with $12,000. So I was excited. But the more I actually thought about it, like, the longer I was lying in bed just thinking about how I was going to spend the $12,000, the more confused I got. Because I was like, sure, $12,000 is a lot of money, but there's not a lot that I would want to buy, first of all. And also, I'm working an entire year, taking drinks, taking people's orders, making drinks, sorry, and taking people's orders. Like, I'm already this tired from working one day. Like, can I even do this? Like, is this worth $12,000? And then I started to think about like how people are actually making like a full time living, making all this money. And then I thought about it. I was like, okay, jobs, that makes a lot more sense. Like, I'm working at a minimum wage. I'm working a minimum wage job at a cafe. Like, a 9 to 5 office job is different. Okay, these people are making 40,000 to 80,000 a year. Some high paying jobs, higher paying jobs like doctors, lawyers, they're making hundreds, $100,000 a year, and that's a successful job. That's a successful life. And I was like, okay, now I get it. So I need to go. My goal should be to aim for these types of jobs, like these 9 to 5 jobs. That should be my goal. So then I started to think about what my life would look like once I start working a 9 to 5, like an office job, like just sitting in front of a desk, typing in numbers, filing paperwork, just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I was like, I don't want to work in an office. Like, it's already.
All right, I'm gonna have to stop him right here, right? So to say he just thought about it, he never actually experienced it. That's a fallacy right there, you guys. I'm someone that I've experienced that. I can follow him, I'm not saying he's wrong in his thinking, but you have to experience it to know. I'm 29 right now. I've recently had to get a job at Chipotle, you guys. Fucking Chipotle, right? I've spent the last 4 years working remotely. I've had the luxury of working some 9 to 5 jobs and getting paid $2,000 a week. You guys, at the highest of the at the highest level that I was making, right? I was bringing home, and that's after taxes, after child support, after all of that. You guys, I'd be bringing home about just slightly over $2,000 a week. You guys, working remotely, so I didn't had no commute. I didn't have to. All I had to do was wake up, walk to my fucking desk, go use the restroom, and pour some green tea, you guys. And I did that for about 4 years. After I got laid off from these jobs, I've had to come back into. I said fuck it because it's tough to get remote jobs now, and especially. I'm forgetting about getting the amount of money that I was getting before, you guys. There's no way I'm gonna be doing that kind of stuff right there anymore because the positions that I were in, you guys, they're just not. They're no longer really there anymore, right? It was a kind of a one type deal, but long story short, I've had to make the transition to going into an actual physical office location from after 4 years of not doing that. And working at Chipotle, my feet hurt at the end of the work shift. I recognize I'm like, man, I'm not even working a full 8-9 hour shift, you guys, and I'm tired. I'm dead tired, you guys. There's certain, and I hate it. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Some jobs just suck. That's just like it's just that simple, you guys. Some jobs suck, and some jobs just don't suck. Some jobs you're tired after not even pulling a full shift. I cannot imagine doing full time at this job at Chipotle, you guys. I just can't imagine it. I can't do it. I can't imagine it. But a couple like just like a half a year ago, I was pulling in 80, damn near 90 hours a week working remotely. There's a difference, right? This whole idea of the 9 to 5, you guys, you can't just knock these jobs if you've never had different jobs. If you've only had one type of job and you label, it's like judging people. You can't just experience one group of people, like one person, two people, and then label the entire group off of this one experience you had. If you only worked at cafes or restaurants, there's no way you could ever understand what it's like to work at a white collar, very professional, very relaxed position, you guys. There's just no way. You can actually enjoy working a 9 to 5 job. You can actually, I'll say that one more time. You can actually enjoy a 9 to 5 job and not be tired at the end of the shift. I can't even go to the gym the same days that I work at Chipotle because I'm dead tired, you guys. And I know because I've had other positions that it doesn't have to be this way. And so I I just, you know what I'm saying? I want to relate to him. I want to be on the side with things like this, but I got to call out I gotta call out the gaps, man. I gotta call out some of the things where he's just not right at. You know what I mean? And I hate that misinformation is getting spread out here like this. This is his experience, so I'm not gonna truly knock it all the way, but I'm just trying to fill in the context from what he can't give you. He can't give you that. He hasn't experienced it.
This stressful working at a cafe, and all I'm doing is just taking people's orders.
Oh, by the
And
way, I've spent 6 years working at restaurants, you guys. I've done that. I've been a bartender. I've been a trainer as a server. I've been a private dining server, you guys. I've done all of that stuff. I've done every damn job you can even imagine. Like, for real.
making drinks, and I'm already this stressed. Like, imagine a full time job. You're telling me that I have to spend 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, doing the same thing over and over again, working for a company that doesn't care about me. And honestly, like, I don't care about the company either. Um,
Once again, I'm working for the mortgage company that I was working for, you guys. they we did like a stupid little test, right? It was the first group of first person out of the group of loan officers while we were in our training class, right? We were in our training class at Caliber Home Loans. There was it was a group of like 25 of us, right? We were all and I was in the same training class as kids that just recently graduated. They got their bachelors, with these highly accredited colleges, and here I am, just a high school diploma, you guys, just a high school diploma. But because of my fucking hard work, I'm in the same room as people who have bachelor's and master's degrees, you guys. I was the first person to get a loan locked, would get a Peloton sent to their fucking house, you guys, a $2,000 bike sent to their fucking house, you guys. I was the first person out of our group of people to get a loan locked, right? And I'll never forget this guy. He was an Army veteran. I got him in a VA loan. He was saving like $500 a month on his VA loan, you guys. And amazing guy, man. And it sucks that I never got the commission for that. I never got the commission for it. I never got the follow up on it because they fucking stripped that from me. But regardless of that, you guys, I was the first person to lock a loan. They sent the fucking Peloton. My manager sent the Peloton to my damn house. Yeah, just like that, you guys. It's just like, some companies actually care about you. One of my last jobs that I had, we could take breaks whenever we wanted. There was no set amount of times for breaks that we had. We could take wellness. We could take breaks whenever we wanted, whenever the fuck we wanted. I would go to the gym for an hour and a half every single day during my jobs. Some jobs care about you. Some jobs can actually care about you. They're very far and few in between, but some jobs care about you.
but you're telling me I have to do this for the rest of my life? Like, is this really the only way to make a living, to make money? Like, is this the only path that's available? And this was when, like, my confusion level started to reach like its peak, and my confusion slowly started to turn into anger. Like, I was like, wait a minute, how are there millionaires in the world? Like, I understand celebrities, I understand athletes, and these musicians, these professionals, like, those people are making millions of dollars. Like, cool, I understand, like, all these actors, these world level athletes, whatever. Cool, I'm not talking about them. But I was like, celebrities aren't the only millionaires in the world. There has to be other people that I don't know about, these normal people that have millions of dollars, that have all this money. Like, how are they doing it? Do they have like a job? Do they have one of those successful $100,000 a year jobs? So I was like, okay, maybe this should be my goal. Because for me, I needed a goal. Like, I needed to know what path to take. So I was like, okay, I work really hard, and then I get one of those $100,000 jobs. So let's assume that I somehow found a way to live for free. I don't pay rent. I eat for free. I drive to work for free. I don't spend any money on clothes, on insurance, nothing. I have no bills whatsoever. And then on top of that, let's assume that I somehow found a way to avoid taxes. Like, I found a cheat code or a hack. The government can't catch me. Somehow, the entire $100,000 a year that I make, the salary that I make, I keep all of it for myself. I don't have a single expense, and I save, and I somehow find a way to save every penny. It will still take me 10 years to reach 1 million. 10 years of slaving away, working at a job I hate, because I know I'm going to hate it. saving every single penny, not paying a dime in taxes, working at this supposedly successful top tier job, 10 years of that, and I have 1 million. There are multi-millionaires out there somewhere, billionaires. Like, I'm not even going to get into that because I couldn't even fathom, that wasn't even a thought that went into my head. I couldn't fathom it at that point. But there are multi-million millionaires out there, these normal people. Like, let that sit. Like, I don't know about
All right,
you,
man. Hold on,
but
hold on.
that made me so angry. Like, I got up from my bed. Like, keep in mind, I was dead tired. Like, I just came back from working a 12-hour shift. I was lying in bed, eyes closed, ready to sleep. But as soon as that thought came into my head, like, I just couldn't sleep. Like, I got up from my bed and got in front of my computer and I started to type, like, all the ways to make money, how people are making money in their sleep, how millionaires become millionaires. Like, I was so angry and upset at the fact that my entire life I was told that I need to be striving for this 9 to 5. That the whole purpose of me going to school, going through all these things that I went through, learning all these things, whatever, to reach the pinnacle of life, to have a successful life, I need to work towards this 9 to 5. This should be my goal. And then there are people out there making millions of dollars.
So now that we're finishing the video, we're almost done with it. Now that we're kind of getting to the tail end, we're starting to understand a little bit more of what this video is about. It's more about his realization of this lie that we've all been told, which is the 9 to 5. Here's the thing about it though, you guys. It's not even a lie. It's a misunderstanding and it's a misconception. No one told you. I don't know where you got the idea. I don't even like I'm thinking about it and I think about it often and I'm like I don't know, and I don't remember. I can't specifically pinpoint one specific source or individual that told me I can get rich. I could become a millionaire off of working a job. I never have. I don't know. I don't ever remember even getting that being instilled in my mind. I just remember being told you can be successful. No one ever told me you could become a millionaire working a job. So this idea, this realization he's having is kind of rooted in his own misunderstanding and misconception of reality. Here's the deal about it, you guys. You're not supposed to become a millionaire working these jobs. There's that it's a reason why becoming a millionaire is such a high status and it's such a rare thing to do because if everyone's a millionaire, no one will be a millionaire. Millionaire status wouldn't mean shit, right? There's always got to be someone cleaning the toilets. There's always got to be someone serving for you. There's always got to be someone stocking the shelves. You just don't want to be that person. It's not to say that they're not the wrong, but everyone's got to start somewhere. You can always climb to the top, but you got to start somewhere, you guys. This this notion of what he's having this idea, right? Listen, the hundred like when I was touching 100,000, you guys, you need to make about 150,000 from a W-2 job to bring home $100,000, you guys. If you're making $100,000 on gross income, you're only bringing home about 75,000 of it, you guys. You're like Uncle Sam's taxing about 25% of that, right? So you're really only bringing home about 75,000. So you got to make about 150 to get to that. To get to this millionaire status, you guys, you got to understand what it is that you want to do. There's many ways to become a millionaire. It's just choosing the path for you. And unfortunately for a lot of people, right, you don't know exactly what path it is for you unless you just try things. We look at these streamers and YouTubers that are millionaires like that. Well, guess what, you guys? Most of them were lucky enough to be on board before the ship really took off, right? Right? And then another few just, like the Aisha Speeds and the Kai Cenat, you guys, if you're willing to do what they did, you could possibly get up there. But at the same time, there's a good chance that you could be wasting a lot of your life trying to bet on another person's game plan that worked for them, you guys. What I'm trying to say is that, at least in my experience, right, doing all these jobs, making the money, learning and looking at myself and realizing what I like and don't like. I don't like sales. I couldn't do Amazon FBA or anything like that. Trading is my way. That's my way that I'm going to become a millionaire. I know people can become, and it's very possible to become a millionaire doing trading. This is just the thing for me. You got to find out what works for you. the best way to find out what works for you is to try things. And what better way than to try to learn about yourself and and make money, right? By working jobs. Working a job, you can learn about yourself and make money, and you learn about life. That's the way that I approached it, right? The way that I have to make a separate video on this, you guys. I tell people this all the time. I've worked 50, 60 jobs. I'm only 29. I'm about to be 30 next year, you guys. That's crazy. And I know this sounds wild to a lot of people, but I know a lot of fucking shit. I can do any job, anything, you guys, because I've done everything and I know about so much. And so at this point in my life, there's nothing I can't do, quite honestly. There's nothing I can't do that doesn't have an experience gap behind it. If a person sat down and dedicated enough time and energy to teach me, I could do anything. And that's when I realized jobs are a fucking scam, you guys. Jobs are a fucking scam. If a person sat down and pretty much taught anyone how to do shit, they could do it. How many times have you seen a person come in there and they get promoted to like a fucking senior executive position because they got a brother or a man or a family member or something in there? They're like 5 years younger or something than you, but because they have a person in their higher ranks, they get to, nah, man, fuck that shit. It's a scam. It's a scam. But it doesn't mean to say that you can't learn and take some great things from these experiences. It's unfortunate that this young man, I don't know how old he is, he has the face of a it's odd, right? As Asian, and I don't mean to really talk bad on him, but I think age, if we were to have a timeline, it would give us a good barometer on, you know, kind of what his life has kind of looked like. But he could be in his early 20s or late 30s. That's that Asian genes, man, like for real. And so I wish we could kind of understand what he's done and what he's doing now and what it's coming from. But this is just, you know.
And these guys don't work a 9 to 5. Like, there's no way. Like, I wanted to know what they were doing. Like, I didn't sleep for 2 days. 2 days. I was just in front of my computer, angry researching. Like, I've never done anything like this in my entire life. Have you ever angry researched before? Like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're looking for. You're just upset and you need to know.
It's called motivated.
So you just research.
You're motivated.
Like, you don't care about anything. You're hungry. You have people calling you. You don't care. I need to find an answer to this. I'm going to find it. So why am I mentioning this story? It's because if there's one thing that I learned over the past couple months posting on YouTube, it's that there are a lot more people like me than I actually thought. People who think like me, people who go through similar thoughts and similar situations. Like, I'm just a normal guy with extravagant thoughts. There are other normal people out there who have the same thoughts that I have, but before they get into it or before they actually do anything and take some action, they were told by someone else or they tell themselves that it's not possible. It's possible. Like, it's real. Like, I'm sitting here now telling you that it's real.
No one said
Find
it
the
wasn't.
right people you trust. You know, obviously be careful, but find these people, like whether it's me or somebody else, and learn from them. Like, implement their strategies, and you can change your life. You can change your life. You can make money online. Don't listen to anybody else that tells you any different. And another thing that I realized, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes for you to start. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes for you to start. Like, whatever it is. Like, I'm not saying, you know, to quit your job or anything like that, but like, what do you want? What is it that you want in this life? And what are you currently doing to get there? So it turns out I'm actually pretty close to monetizing my videos and putting ads or getting paid for ads or whatever. And I never planned on turning this on because I don't want ads on my videos. But it turns out because I watched one of my videos on a separate account and I got ads on it. So it turns out there's already ads on my videos and I didn't know that. Like, I thought I had to turn this on for there to be ads, but apparently not. So I wanted to ask, like, because I don't want to get paid for this. Like, I don't want it. Like, I don't want it.
Bro, stop capping.
So I just planned on turning this off.
Stop capping.
But I don't know if, like, I turn it off, there's going to be less ads, or if I turn it on, there's gonna be more ads.
I hate this fake humble shit, bro. Why do people do this? Why do people do this,
I
man?
don't know how this works. Um, so I wanted to ask, would you rather have me keep this off, and then maybe I guess there's gonna be less ads? Like I don't know how it works.
Bro, shut the fuck. Okay, listen, man. Okay, based off of this right here, I know he's young. I know he's young, man. He's either my age or younger. Like he has to be based off this. This is this fake woke shit. This fake humble shit that is just it's a fucking influenza. It's a fucking virus that has infected the minds of so many young people these days, you guys. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, you're just so judgmental. You're just no, you guys. Listen, man. I put the fucking work in, and I'm not sitting here to brag or anything like that. I'm not trying to downplay what he's talking about, but there's such an important thing missing that I'm trying to instill in you guys' mind, and it's about putting the work in, getting down and dirty. There is something beautiful about the American dream, the old American dream about America in the 60s and 70s when that built the country up, you guys. We have lost the backbone of what people used to be. They don't say that our generations are getting softer and softer for a fucking reason, you guys. This idea of this whole entrepreneurial mindset, you guys, it's great. It's good and wonderful. But people are literally like throwing their lives away pursuing something that may or may not pan out. You have your one-off situations of your people becoming successful by starting a clothing line, but starting a YouTube channel, yes, they're one-off, you guys, but there are almost 400 million, half a billion people on this damn country in America. We have to assume he's in America, you guys. Do you mean to tell me that out of the fucking half a billion people on this damn country, everyone starting a YouTube channel, everyone starting an Amazon FBA affiliation service is going to become a millionaire? No. The chances of you becoming unsuccessful from starting a YouTube channel, starting a whatever, are so much higher than you actually doing it. That does not mean that you shouldn't do it. It just means that you got to do it in a smarter way. You've got to have other plans. You got to have a plan A, plan B, C, D, C. There's such like the guru mindset is it polluted the true path behind things. They say don't have a plan, don't have a plan B. Make sure your plan A works. That's the quickest way to fucking failure. To failure. You want to play it safe, you guys. Life isn't a game. Like some of you may feel comfortable going out on a limb and just doing shit. You can do that when you're younger, right? If you're like I shall speak for example, you guys. I love watching him. I love him. I'm rooting for him because when he was 14, he was lucky enough that his family actually didn't like. I remember when I was younger, right? I wanted to play Gears. I was playing Gears of War when I was like his age, actually, and I wanted to make YouTube channels, right? I wanted to make YouTube videos on Gears of War. My dad was scared of getting his information leaked, of getting hacked and stuff like that, so he wouldn't let me do it. They wouldn't let me. They just wouldn't let me do it. Plus, I can only play games on the weekends. That's an opportunity missed. Hey, it is what it is, right? That doesn't mean that I can't not do what I want to do now. The thing about this too, let's look at this channel, guys, right here. He's got 21,000 subscribers. Let me tell you something about YouTube real quick too, you guys. Let me show you something about YouTube, right? Where is he at? Where is it at? He's got 640,000 views with 21,000 subscribers, you guys. Hold on, let me show you. He's got 21,000 subscribers with 640,000 views, you guys. Don't let these numbers like, bro, you can't let the facades like fucking control you guys. I know my channel seems small. I only have 6,000 subscribers, you guys. I have over 2 million views on this channel. I have 2 million views on this channel. It's not to talk about the views or anything like that, you guys, but you can't let numbers always fucking like dissuade you from shit or make things seem so much more bigger than it is. It's not about doing like I'm gonna just say it like this. I enjoy watching videos with men and women with his mindset because there's gonna be so many of these people. They're led in the wrong way. They're led the wrong way. They're gonna be falling off of a cliff, And it's people like me that I hate to say it like this, but I'm going to be ready to feast on your bodies. No Diddy, okay? I'm going to be ready to feast off of your mistakes and your guidance. I hate to say it, but that's just the way this world kind of is right now, you guys. Everyone can't live a happy ending. And unfortunately, fortunately for the people that do follow me and like watching these videos like this, you guys, I'm not steering you the wrong way. You may not like the delivery, but there's no lie in what I'm telling you, you guys. I'm not leading you in the wrong way. What I'm telling you is based off of experience. I'm not telling you some shit I have not done before. I'm not telling you something that I have not experienced. I'm not telling you something that I haven't learned from, you guys. A lot of people that you're seeing online, you guys, these guys haven't done it. These people haven't done it. They haven't been in it. This is just speculation. This is just speculation, right? And I love saying this. People with British accents get perceived so much smarter than they actually are. They could say the exact same thing that I'm saying right now, but it's going to be perceived so much better if it's British. Does it actually take away from the true spirit and the content of what I'm saying? For some people it does, but for the people who are actually able to filter out their own preconceived like notions of how I am coming off and separate that from what I'm saying, you can genuinely extract some gems from it, you guys. And this right here, you don't want to have this mindset. Go work these damn 9-to-5 jobs. Get the experience out there. Learn that you hate these jobs so that you know where to go next. That's what people don't tell you. These people are not telling you this. They just say, oh, fuck a 9-to-5. Oh, I don't need these jobs. No, work these damn jobs so that you know what you don't want. Get that fire under your feet, man. You learn something from it. And don't just get these little ass cafe jobs, man. Challenge yourself a little bit. Challenge yourself. Go apply for some other, some other type of jobs, man. You will never know how I would have never thought that me being a server at Bob Evans when I was 16, Bob Evans is closed. That store don't even exist anymore in Peculiar, Missouri. That I would be a loan officer working at Dallas, Texas, for Caliber Home Loans, a billion-dollar company, you guys. I'd be doing some content moderation for Epic Games. There's no way I would have ever thought that. But it's because I'm working hard. Because my mind stays focused, you guys. You take and extract from all different places, but you never just submit to one complete thing, you guys. And this whole idea of this 9-to-5 shit, man, bro, this is a good video. I hope, let's read the comments real quick, man. I know this is a longer video, but like this is such good content. The biggest thing with 9-to-5 grind is the fact that you're limited on time off, vacation days. See, you guys are worried about what you're not getting instead of what you are getting. You're working. I 9-to-5 remotely, but I can't 9-to-5 in office. It's like jail, bro. I can relate to that. Yes, minimum wage. Real, hook us up, bro, with a remote job. Everybody gatekeeping their jobs. It's annoying. Listen, man. I'm gonna say this one thing about remote jobs too, real quick, you guys. It's hard to believe that remote jobs have gotten to the point that they are right now. A couple years ago, it was nothing to get some remote jobs, you guys. Now, you have to get 2 interviews just to get a fucking customer service position, you guys. I'm like, what the hell? Luckily for me, because I've worked all these 9-to-5 jobs, I'm overqualified for these positions. And so I'm still able to somewhat get these jobs. It's just taking so much longer than it ever has before to get these good paying remote jobs, you guys. But once again, it's one of those things where you don't work a 9-to-5, you don't get that experience. Why should they hire you for these good jobs? You didn't put the work in. You didn't put the work in, man. And so I say all that to say, you guys, 9-to-5 isn't going to get you where you want to get to. It's not the ultimate, the last train, the 9-stop, but it can get you to the next. It can get you to the vehicle that will get you to your destination. Let's say that you're trying to go travel to Dallas once again, right? We're in Dallas. Let's say if I wanted to go to like Grapevine or Fort Worth or something like that, and I wanted to take public transportation, there'd be a bunch of buses and trains that I have to take. Your 9-to-5 job isn't a one-way trip to your destination. your 9 to 5 job is probably going to get you to the next bus station so that you can get on the next bus station that's going to take you to the next train station to get you to the next train station. Yeah, it's going to take a lot longer, but at least it's a pathway. You can see the pathway, you guys. Don't try to take it the hard way and get like, listen, man, don't give up on your dreams. Be smart about your dreams. Learn how and plan out how you can make your dreams a reality, you guys. This idea of just completely shutting off 9 to 5s and just doing this DoorDash shit, it may work for some, but just count on it not. I'll leave you with this last thing, this last word of advice, you guys. When you see a snake, how do you react? How should you react? The average person instinctively avoid snakes. Why? Because of survival instincts. It is so much better to assume that a snake is poisonous than to assume that it is not. Because on the off chance that it is poisonous, you get bit, you're done. But if you assume all snakes are poisonous and learn how to approach it slowly so that you can determine whether the color patterns say that it's not poisonous, so you can determine that it's actually not poisonous, then you will know that it's not poisonous. You need to assume the worst case scenario for some of these things and then slowly confirm or unconfirm those assumptions. I'm going to just leave it at that point, you guys. With that being said, man, it's your brother Trey. I'll see y'all in the next one.